Welcome back to the show. Resilience isn't just for surviving the big life-altering events. It's a skill you can start strengthening today so you're ready for anything that life throws at you. Joining us live this morning is author of Forever Fly Free, Jenny Brandemuehl. We welcome her to Good Morning Michigan. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Yeah, great to have you here. Tell our viewers a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I was on the top of the world with my husband back in 2019. We were about to retire, and he got into a terrible plane accident, and the unspeakable happened. It's one of those things where you think it happens to other people, and then it happened to us, and my life changed in an instant.
I'm so sorry to hear that, and it sounds like though you're taking those challenges and channeling it to help others. You talk
Yeah.
about 5 practical strategies that people can use every day. How about we dive into those?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think that one of the things I talk about in my book, Forever Fly Free, is really how I got through the 5 months I was at the Arizona Burn Center with my husband. He was badly burned, third-degree burns on over 80% of his body. And during that time, he survived amputations, sepsis, blood clot. I mean, just the list goes on. And it was a roller coaster. And a lot of people ask me, how did you get through that time? And in the end, he died from a hospital infection resistant to antibiotics. And I said, the power of hope and the power of love, and many miracles happened, has a lot to do with having the attitude towards life to believe that although bad things can happen, really good things can happen as well. And I talk a lot about how do you thrive after tragedy. There are a lot of small things you can do every day. When you're under stress or going through a chaotic time, there's some things that you can just stop and pause. And I think slow down, right? I think the key thing is to slow down. And it can include things like just doing some deep breathing. It could be as simple as that: 10 breaths in, 10 breaths out, 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. It resets your nervous system. One thing that I did a lot that I highly recommend is really to do a visualization about love. And so in the moment, find a quiet place, close your eyes, and think about someone you love or a place that you love. And for me, it's my children when they were young, having fun, giggling in a field of flowers. A beautiful place would be Lake Tahoe, Nevada, where our family used to vacation a lot, that turquoise blue lake. And just think about, what do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? What do you smell? And just be there. And it's funny how that sort of shifts people. Uh,
Yes.
yeah, I mean, it's really funny how that just really moves you into a space of love and takes you out of that panic and fear mode. Because I think so much of this is how do you help people, get out of fight or flight, right, with their nervous system during tough times. I think getting out and moving. Dr. Gladys McGarry, who's a centenarian, she wrote a book about the well-lived life, and she talks about how our bodies are built to move. So getting out and even walking for 10 minutes can make a big difference every day. She talks about how when you don't move, you have blocked adrenals, and the adrenals then prevent you you get blocked from being able to kind of get out of negative emotions like disappointment, depression, sadness,
Sure.
anger.
It
Those
sounds like some of these simple things have made a big difference in your life. And then, quickly, what do you hope people take away from this book and where can they find it?
Well, okay, so the book is Forever Fly Free, and what I want people to really come away with is really sort of hearing my story about big love, big hope, big miracles when you go through really tough times, and to have the faith to believe that you can make a choice to be happy again, because that's what this book is about. It's really about how do you thrive after tragedy. And I was just an ordinary person who went through an extraordinary experience. And so I want people to feel like they're talking to a close friend when they
Yes.
read the book.
It sounds
So,
like a very powerful book, and thank you for sharing and being vulnerable with us this morning. Our thanks to you, Jenny Brandemuehl, author of Forever Fly Free. Thank you so much for your time.
all right, thank you.
Have a nice day.
You too.